How's it going, everybody? I'm Ryan from Railstone Holds, and today what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys a demonstration of how to install our screw-on holds as well as our bolt-on holds. So to begin, I just want to explain that with our rock holds, it's important that you do not ever use an impact driver. Impact drivers are pretty common for installing holds. Your typical plastic hold is fine with an impact driver, but with rocks you want to be a lot more delicate. So with our rock holds, we always advise you to use a regular screw gun, and anything set to 18 or above on the screw gun we've found is completely fine and acceptable. So we have two different types of holds that we offer. I mentioned screw-ons with the screwdriver, but we also have bolt-ons. And bolt-ons are installed using a T-nut typically. So this is an example of a T-nut here. And the T-nuts are installed into the back of the plywood. So you'll end up, if this is the back side, you'll end up with the face of the T-nut right here. And the T-nuts go in really easy with just a couple of Phillips screws. These are included with the bolt-ons that we sell, so you will get these with your hold. And what you want to do with the bolt-on is you want to make sure that you have enough thread sticking out the back side of the hold so that it's going to be fixed to the wall properly. You can basically, get away with about an inch of thread sticking out of the back of the hold. That's appropriate. Anything, less than that, say a half inch, quarter inch, that's just not going to work well. So you want to have, the more threads, the better out the back side. And to install it, all you do is you take a 8mm Allen wrench, and you basically just line it up on the wall, and you just want to start threading that bolt in. And for these, we suggest going hand tight. Now, if you do have a torque wrench, that's gonna help. And basically, you just don't want to put a lot of torque into it. You just hand tight, that should be fine. If you do have a torque wrench though, we do suggest 15 foot-pounds of torque, so I'll demonstrate that just so you see. So I'll dial on the torque wrench, and it probably already is set to that. Close enough, yep. And then finally, what you want to do is you want to install a set screw into your bolt-on hold, and that's going to allow it so that it holds it in place and it doesn't allow it to become a spinner, which is fairly common, but we don't want spinners. So take your screwdriver and zap your screw in and call it a day. We also offer premium bolt-ons, which these premium bolt-ons, some of them include a bolt hole and 2 set screw holes. Now, with any hold that has 1 bolt hole and 2 set screw holes, you are able to use what's called a Lone Star adapter made by Escape. And the Lone Star adapter is great because it allows you to convert your bolt-on hold into a screw-on hold. Which just makes ease of installation. And with the Lone Star adapter, basically it acts as the head of an Allen bolt. And what you do is, we recommend GRK screws for these. They're a little bit stronger than your standard construction screw. So what you do is you take your GRK screw, and basically it just goes right into the adapter. And then with the hold, this now acts as your main bolt. So you would install that into the hold, and the Lone Star adapter wants to seat in there nice and flush. Then you just take your regular screw gun, which you'd use for our screw-on holds, and you line it up where you want it on the wall, say right here, and you just zap that in. And with the remaining 2 set screw holes, they're for exactly that, set screws. So we'll take 2 additional construction screws are fine for this. And put those into our set screw holes. Throw those in. And now we have converted one of our bolt-on holds into a screw-on hold, which is great because you can put it anywhere on your wall. You're not limited to your T-hole or your T-nut location. So the Lone Star adapters work great with these 3 screw holds. All right, so now that we've shown you how to install a couple bolt-ons, we're going to jump into our screw-ons, which we classify these as the easiest hold to install because they do not require a bolt or the Lone Star adapter. I do also want to comment that with every hold that we sell, they come with all the hardware that you would need to do these installations. So you wouldn't have to purchase anything additional to get these mounted on your wall. Now, with screw-ons, we have a couple different variations of our screw-on holds. The one I'm holding here is a premium screw-on. It actually has 3 set screw locations. We also offer other premium screw-ons, which are only equipped with 2, which is perfectly fine. Then we have an example of our single edge ergo hold right here. And these holds, just to kind of touch base on these, they basically are handcrafted by Dan in a way that you're basically limited to a single edge. Whereas with a hold such as this 3 screw-on premium, you can use multiple edges. And then another example of a screw-on would be our Realstone edges. So these would also only require 2 screws. And our final product that we offer is our foot screws, which I'll demonstrate as well in installing these in a minute. But these are usually only equipped with 1 screw, some have 2, depending on size. So for the screw-ons, I'll pick this premium because it's beautiful, and I'm just gonna pick 3 screws out of here. We're gonna go with some 2-inch screws for this install, and what I'm basically looking for before I mount it onto the wall is I'm looking for how much of these threads stick out of the hole. And similar to with the bolt-ons, with the screw-ons, you want about 1 inch of thread. So now that I've determined that a 2-inch is appropriate, I think for this one actually, I'm gonna get a 2.5 inch, just because I like to see a little bit more threads. So I think those are good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna find a position on the wall. We're gonna get our screwdriver, not the impact gun, and we're gonna position it right next to these other 2 beauties. Line it up, set your angle wherever you want, drive it in, test it out, feels good, and then finally finish up by installing your remaining 2 screws in this example. And that's it. Then you have a screw-on hold where you can start kind of playing on, and yeah, it's good. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this installation video. Give us a like and follow on our Instagram and YouTube channel. And if you have any questions about the installation procedure, drop a comment in the thread below.